Yes, it's a good place to clap. I mean, you want to say something?
No, I have a question. I don't think any of us answered when is it acceptable for a man to live outside the country.
Yeah. Okay, what's your response to that? What was your response to that? One is Japa. I think they break Japa. Change in the perspective, like sensitization and awareness. Yes. You want to follow up with a question?
No.
Okay, so even for Japa, I have how many people will leave Nigeria if you want to do that?
And then after our country become better, all change. That's the change in the past.
Okay, so there's a lot of change. Good. There's a lot of change that we can effect. And we will talk about the origin of this first before we can even, because if you want to do a root cause analysis and you want to solve the problem, you do the root cause analysis first, right? So let's look at how we socialize. And that's why I'm going to talk about gender socialization. What does that mean? Of course, many of us may be familiar with socialization as it were, but what we may have missed out is that there is a gender pattern in our socialization. In other words, it means that we were scripted in a way that also reinforces gender roles. We were scripted, by our environment. We're socially constructed in such a way that we had things that we could not do as a man, we had things that we could not do as a woman, we had things that were expected of us as a man or as a woman. And this is exactly what gender socialization is. So gender socialization is a process, right? It's a process because it's not, you don't have, when we talk about the agency of socialization, you see that it's not just a one-man affair or one-factor affair. So it's a process through which children learn about their social expectations, attitudes, behavior that are associated with boys and girls. In other words, what is gender appropriate for a boy and what is gender appropriate for a girl, right? And that's it's important to state here that started from when we were children. It's not a natural thing. It's an acculturation and a programming. So that's what gender socialization is. And it will be difficult to bring this conversation home if we don't look at some of the theoretical aspects of it, which actually I would explain and how that scripting occurs, right? So you see, for instance, a theory called the social learning theory of gender. As a matter of fact, by the way, there are many theories of gender. The theory of gender and power. There are many theories you can use in gender work. Oh, the dilemma of, okay, I should have picked that lesson from Dr. Jumoke. So you see that research already shows that by age 3, between age 2 and 3, a child already, the gender identity of a child already is formed. And so by age 3, they already know whether they are boy or they are a girl. And there's what you also call gender segregation. They also want to play with a boy, the girl wants to play with a girl. We'll get to that point. But the social theory of gender talks about the process where that behavior is learned. So when we say it's socially constructed, it also means that it's a learned behavior, right? And that's why it can change because it can be unlearned, right? So it starts by, I'm going to explain the phases, right? It starts with attention. So typically a child observes, okay? Something catches his attention. Say for instance, maybe he's at home and he watches the soccer, maybe as a ball. Right? That catches his attention. And then he commits that to memory. Maybe he sees the dialogue, that ensues as a result of that, watching soccer, and he takes interest, and he commits that to memory. And then after that, he begins to imitate. How does he imitate? He first looks for opportunities to be able to practice that thing. So typically, when your child is, even at under 2, they start imitating you. That's why you call it formative years. So you see that you have to pay attention to how they play when they are being developed or when they are forming. Very, very important. Because in fact, play is one of the strongest first expressions of their socialization. So you want to pay attention to what they play with, who they play with, and all of that. Very important. So they want to imitate. So typically in this case I'm giving you now, so the boy gets to school and wants to join a soccer team, kind of, right? Because he wants to express, he's looking for opportunity to express that. And the boy, let's say for instance, if he joins the soccer team, plays soccer, and an observer or a bystander or parent or teacher now looks at him and says, well, you are going to be a very good footballer. I can see your skills even at this very young age. So I think you should pick interest in that, and that is reinforcement. So you reinforce a behavior either by reward or punishment. Right? If on the other hand the teacher comes to the boy, or let's say a girl is the one, let's reverse the case now. The girl is the one that took interest in that soccer and comes to play in the midst of God. Can you just imagine what will happen? What do you think will happen? Literally in school setting, what are the kind of things that can happen? Sorry? They will laugh. They will like, are you okay? They will send that away. Most likely they will even send that away like, what are you doing here? You are not a boy. Why are you playing soccer? So you see that whether we like it or not, it's not the girl's fault. That behavior was reinforced, whether by reward or by punishment. And that's why it's very important that the things that you do to them, when they start imitating, will make them to stay with that behavior or not. It's very important. And if we can get this entire process right, we already know how people were scripted right from their childhood. And so you won't totally blame people who are adults and are very discriminatory. It's difficult. It's not just about culture, it's also a socialization. So it's not because you are from, it's not only ethnically linked. So it's not because you are Hausa or you are Yoruba, or it's how the entire system programs that child. And so this, I thought this was going to be a very good a very good slide to discuss on. That was why I added it. So observational learning is very, very important. So that leads me to the next slide. He talks about how exactly, what are the things, they say they are agents of socialization, right? Malaria does not just happen, right? It's something that drops the malaria parasite on somebody's body. Am I correct? So the same way, the gender behavior of that child was deposited there through a process by an agent. And that agent can be any of these that you have, right?